Well, Papa Ron, how in the freak are you, man?
Rod, I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, that's good to hear. I'll tell you what. Hey, I was going to tell you something. Have you looked at the stock market yesterday? It was going up like crazy, and now it's going down like crazy again.
The stock
yeah,
market?
yeah, no, Bitcoin,
Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah.
market cap, the
Yeah,
market cap, all of it's going down.
saw they were all down again.
But yeah, that's the way it goes, though. It does go down. It and like we always say, Ron, guess what? It's going on sale. It's
That's
been on
right.
sale a lot more this time.
Seems like it, huh?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go down to another $116 again so I can buy some more.
Bitcoin or Litecoin?
Litecoin,
Yeah,
Litecoin.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Litecoin, not Bitcoin.
Well, and I don't know if I just can't believe anybody that's still into crypto are worried about these up and downs.
Yeah,
I
I
think
should be worried about it.
all the people that have wanted to get out or have gotten out.
I
And
hope
I
so.
think those of us that are in for the long haul. And if it drops much more, I think most of us will be rebuying some more because
Amen to that.
we kind of see that this is the where the future's headed.
Yes, it is.
And today's program kind of started off with an article from Deutsche Bank out of Germany.
Yeah, Deutsche.
And I just found it interesting why an international bank or a German bank that transfers money internationally would give a rat's you know what about crypto and what it's doing. It's like, why would that affect them at all? Why have they're so adamant about destroying the credibility of crypto? And I don't know why it even bothers them. Matter of fact, here the article, and I'd like to read a couple sentences out of it, Rod.
Okay, let's do that.
Deutsche Bank demands crackdown on cryptocurrencies.
Why?
Yeah. Anyway, it's this Felipe Volet. He's the global head of the bank's department against financial crime.
Oh, is he?
He said cybercrime is merging into the mainstream and needed to be halted. Well, again, what does that have to do with him? If it creeps into the mainstream, now folks, this is a bank. This is a bank.
I know what you're going to say.
This is a bank for the last 3 years have had their you know what handed to them on a silver platter, man, because they cannot make a dang dollar, but yet they want to tell the crypto land where they're messing up at. I mean,
Well, is it because they got money invested in crypto and they're losing money?
it could be, huh? In 2015, they lost over $7 billion. This bank. How does it?
That?
How does a company stay afloat losing that kind of? Rod, you can't take a business that you and I started unless there's stock money involved. You can't take a business to lose that kind of money and still have its dang doors open. It's the dang crookedest thing I ever seen. That's 2015. Then in 2016, they had small profits for the first 3 quarters of 2016, but the charges in the fourth quarter, they lost so much, 1.5 billion totally for the year. And then, of course, in 15 it was 7 billion, and now in 2017 it's over 2 billion already. And these guys want to sit.
Wait a minute now. That it right underneath that one where it says in 2015, it's got that one in blue. Related, Deutsche Bank fined 10 billion Russian money laundering scheme.
I'm glad you
No
saw
wonder
that.
they're losing money because they're freaking laundering.
Well,
and they worry about crypto.
that's right. They think that we need. I'm glad you saw that because I didn't. I didn't see that, and that's a separate article. Right here, folks. It's a related article. Deutsche Bank fined 10 billion Russian money laundering scheme. Fined for, I don't know how much they were fined. We'd have to go into that article, but
Boy.
And they want everybody to clamp down on crypto, the industry here, because there's so many criminals using it. Let me go ahead and read these couple sentences.
It's a bank of criminals.
Well, we already know that. And so I don't know why we're... and it's me, I guess, while we're rehashing this. And maybe I don't need to read this stuff. Financial crime and cybercrime are emerging more and more to be almost impossible to separate nowadays.
Oh, boy. They're funny.
Okay, now he turned positive, though, in part of the article. Here's what he said.
Okay.
On February 15th, so this is less than a month ago, 3 weeks about, they released a report. And the report's title was, "Why Would We Use Crypto Dollars?" Well, they said euros, but I'm just translating it into dollars. Central bank issued digital cash, a user perspective, in which the bank discusses central banks adopting their own cryptocurrency. The report stated, the rise of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and the decline in cash payments are the background for a new concept, digital cash issued by central banks. One more sentence, folks. Central banks are looking into cryptocurrencies and the underlying distributed ledger technology, as they carry responsibility for issuing physical cash, overseeing and providing payment, clearing, and settlement systems, conducting monetary policy, and safeguarding financial stability. These guys think they're the gods given to create all the stability. They can't even manage their own house, Rod. They are losing their you-know-what, and yet they think that they're the... Can the people see the corruption and the deceit within all this? I hope you can, folks. It's unbelievable that these guys think that without them, all hell would break loose with the economy worldwide, that they keep everything stable, and they do, I guess, but it's all through manipulation, deceit, corruption, and they lose their butts. Of course, you got yahoos making these comments. It's probably making bonuses of no telling how much every year, even though the bank's losing its, it just... So I guess what I'm pointing out, Rod, that even the banks are looking at crypto. They see the writing on the wall. And to prove my point, I just want to go through some real quick, just headlines. And these aren't real recent. I mean, some of them are this year, but just to kind of show you. Google and Goldman Sachs are two of the most active investors in blockchain firms. Blockchain is pumping new life into old school companies like IBM and Visa. Now, true, we're not talking about cryptos. We're talking about blockchain technology.
Yeah.
Bank of America tops IBM, payments firms with most blockchain patents. So both Bank of America and IBM have all these patents for blockchain technology. And Rod, we've done videos in the past on all these companies that were instituting blockchain technology. And you're talking about Toyota, Samsung, Electronics. Who?
Ford.
Ford. I mean,
Ford.
Walmart. You can't find a company that's not looking at blockchain technology right now.
No, you can't.
This, and where Rod and I have come from, it's like we've kind of said in previous videos that there's probably so much going on behind the curtain as far as where this is headed.
Yeah.
So if you have doubts that that this stuff is going down, it's being taken down to these levels, folks. They're just not ready yet to let it go.
Well, you can tell that it's being adopted by the world already.
Yeah, it is
totally being adopted. All of Asia, just about all of Europe now is getting in on it. Plus the Russian continent and India and back, all in places. Everybody is getting into the platforms and coins, making their own coins, trying to stabilize their economies through Bitcoin. And then these banks come in because they're afraid they're going to lose out their jobs.
You know,
let's hope they do.
Yeah, they're out there. They're out there in the public, saying these comments about how bad it is, but behind the scenes, they're the biggest players of all, almost, as far as investing into this technology.
Calling the kettle black.
Yeah, and they know that once there's not going to be any repercussion if they all of a sudden swap their position to be all positive. They know everybody's going to jump on board. They're not hurting themselves by staying one thing one day and then the next day changing their whole facade. And look at this last one here I got here, Rod. And this folks article was back in September of last year, so it's 6 months old. Yeah. But back then there was an article saying Wall Street firms to move trillions to blockchains in 2018. Trillions.
And that ain't billions. That's more.
Yeah, that's more. Rod, that's more than millions.
Yeah.
But
well, that was only for all those in Rio Linda.
Okay. Well, folks, and Rod, if this thing is progressing like this, and all these things are in the background, and like you just mentioned, Rod, look at the countries that are coming up with their own coins. Now, why would they know that there's going to be use for this. Venezuela, I just read, they have their own token called the Petro. They are now purchasing parts for automobiles from Russia using their Petro to pay for it.
There you go.
It's coming.
And Russia's taking.
Say that again?
I said Russia's taking it too.
Yeah, they're accepting it, sure. And Russia's creating their own token.
And probably Venezuela will take it.
Well, and eventually these things are probably going to be all on the same type of wallet or same type of platform. It's all going to be atomic swapped. There's things I'm sure in the works that we haven't even got an inkling about yet of where this is headed. And it might take several years to get there. I don't know. But
it will.
Yes, if we don't go to dang war first, all these dang politicians and governments that want war, the people don't want it.
No.
No, we're all happy living our lives and trying to do what we're doing. We don't want war. Well, why does... Anyway, that's a whole nother video, and we ought to do one on that. I don't care if it involves crypto or not. We ought to expose these rat you-know-what. Just, it makes me nuts.
Yeah, if we go too loud, though, the NSA will be here after us.
You're probably right on that.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely right on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yahoos, man. Ah, boy, don't get me started on them. All right.
So anyway, this, folks, just hang tight. And you do have to have a plan in your mind or formulated. I learned a long time ago, a goal not written is only a wish. So if you have goals or a plan, you've got to formulate it on paper. You've got to work your plan.
Yep.
You've got to plan your work and work your plan.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the way it goes.
So if you're trying to become debt free, then you got to determine when is the right time to cash out some of that coin to pay those debts off. If we have the big money men behind the scenes working as hard as we are.
And apparently they are, because they've got trillions going in the blockchain.
Yeah, they are. And that's why it's so important, I guess, that we try to keep this decentralized. So we communicate and work with each other with no central bank in the middle. Just like this guy, they say central banks need to have their own crypto so they can keep the economy stable. Well, of course, they want to be in charge again. They want to dictate how we use it, when we use it, how much we can use, just like we are now. We want freedom over this. We want to be in charge of our own financial destiny. And if
Let's
I want
find
to,
out. Let's do a video on the cryptocurrencies that are debt free or that are totally decentralized. Which ones are now?
well, I think a lot of them have good platforms that they're trying, and they'll benefit us in the future. Yeah, we can definitely look at that, Rod. We'll spend a few minutes
I
on
think
that.
Bitcoin is one that's starting to become, to me, centralized because all the big boys are wanting to get in on it. You know. Yeah, we'll have to look at it and talk about it later. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
no, you're good. Appreciate
I was
that.
just sitting there thinking. I get these thoughts in my head now. If I don't say them now, I forget about them.
You can put them in your little notebook and try to find them in the
Oh,
next
oh
30
yeah.
or 40 days.
I got a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of notes here.
Rod, I bet you can't even determine what notes you wrote yesterday in that dang thing.
Did I write any notes?
I don't know. Folks,
What
thanks
notes?
for watching. Hang tight. This stuff is going to break loose. They are the good side and the bad side are both working to grab hold of this, and we want to stay with the good side. We want to be totally free to make our own decisions and keep these dang Yahoo bankers out of it.
You know, just a shirt tail off my brother here. You know, the main thing about this is that every time we come up with something to bring to you folks, can you see that the banks and the Wall Streets and the big firms, big businesses, Ron, we mentioned Samsung, Toyota, Ford, BMW, when we see things all the time where they're putting crypto platforms, the blockchains, in their cars and in everything. There's not any, so it's not going anywhere. Even though the prices may be down on the market cap like we see today, hey, tomorrow it'll be up. And one of these days, pretty soon, sometime this year, I don't know when, but it's going to be out of sight again. And we need to keep hodling. Did I say that right? Hodling?
I think you did.
We need to keep holding those coins, and when it goes down and you can afford $100 or so, buy something because it all goes up. Appreciate you coming around, hang in to us. You need to say something else, Ron?
Well, just that we did an article just a couple days ago about Ford. Not only are they using blockchain technology in their cars, but they have created a token to use within that blockchain within cars. These cars will communicate with each other through this token.
Yeah.
It involves passing lanes and where to park, and it's fascinating. You're right. All this is coming forth.
It's coming, and mark my words, and I've said it once and I've said it 1,000 times, cryptocurrency is going to be the next world financial stuff. It's going to be our next currency. We're going to be
exchange value.
This. Yeah, we're going to be using this all the time. And you just watch. It may not be in Ron and I's lifetime, but I guarantee you young kids and the millennials, it's going to be in their lifetime. And they're smart by getting into it right now. God bless.
We'll be around for it. Thanks, Rod.
Thank you.